Hey everybody, good afternoon. It's July 23rd. Thanks for watching DaddyCool. Today I want to talk about getting my beautiful 1987 Porsche 911 wide-body cabriolet up for sale. Unfortunately, it's time to go. I've had this since 2010, have not put a lot of miles on it. I'm not driving enough. I have too many cars, too many toys. I'm going to go ahead and do an initial startup. This thing has not run since I put it away in the fall. I winterize them, I top off the tank, I put stable in the gas, I overinflate the tires to avoid flat spots, oil's changed and cleaned, valves have been adjusted, battery tender, I just yanked that off, so it should be ready to go. So we'll fire that up in a few minutes. But a little bit of background on what has been done. Within literally the last 1,000 miles, I put a good amount of work into this car. It does have a brand new clutch. It has brand new valve guides. In the 87, 88, 911 air-cooled cars, there was a rash of bad valve guides. When I got this car, it was smoking a little bit, and it was nearly impossible to do valve adjustments. Any of you air-cooled folks or 911 enthusiasts will know one of the telltale signs of some wearing guides is belching a little bit of smoke and a lot of difficulty in doing valve adjustments. So that has been taken care of. It has new timing chains, a ton of new parts. I can list those on the ad. I'm going to place a cars.com ad. I just sold my E36 BMW the other day, so this guy's next. I'll have a ton of detail on it. It's fully documented. It's been very, very well cared for. It's a really great car. Keep filming, Max. I want to show you something related to this clutch. The reason why, it is a low mileage car. It's just under 65,000 miles, but what can happen is the 87s, and I'm not sure if the 88s had it too, had a rubber centered clutch. Can you kind of zoom in on this a little bit? You don't have to get too close, get the whole thing in. And what happens is there's a rubber dampener on here that's used to suppress NVH through the drivetrain. It kind of makes it a little quieter, a little smoother. Obviously the car is old. This rubber dry rots due to heat and time, and then as you can see here, it becomes literally detached, and on the back you can see the limp home mode detents that'll help you in case that happens. So we were driving home from a kiddie birthday party several years ago, and this thing popped. You can drive it, but it's a little clunky. So it has a brand new clutch in it. Flywheel was resurfaced. Everything is beautiful on it. So I will list, I'll bore everybody with the specs and other information, but let's do a quick walk around, Max, and I'll kind of talk about the car. The paint is pretty clean. It's a black car. It's got the original Porsche enamel on it. Black car scratch. The car is from 1987. So there are some swirls. The car is dirty too. I do have to clean it. But there's some, I'm not going to say flaws with the paint, but there's scratches. No dings or dents per se, but there are some chips and scratches on the hood, notably. I don't know, Max, if you want to zoom in on, for example, this spot right here that I cleaned in and filled out. I don't know if you can see that. So the paint is not perfect by any stretch, but if you kind of do, Max, if you want to kind of kneel down and do a side profile, you'll see, maybe do it from over here. Right here. Come over here. There you go. And aim towards kind of the middle of the car door. You'll see it's straight. What I want to show is this. You can see how straight, no ripples, dents. It's a really clean body. It's got the nice wide body flares on it. The whale tail. Really, really clean car. The interior is beautiful. Previous owner put in all new carpeting and a brand new top. Max, let's kind of come over here and show them the top. I don't know if you can get a good view, but that window is crystal clear. No scratches and in beautiful shape. I know alone that has to be hand sewn into the car. They do it when it's in the car, is what I've been told. And that's about a $1,000 job there. So beautiful canvas top, all clean and ready to go. So let's pause here for a sec, maybe do a quick shot of the interior. It has not been cleaned, so it's going to be a little dusty from when I put it away, but you can see the leather is clean, no rips and tears. Over here you see my cup holder, just a little trick for folks with these older German cars. A roll of duct tape works wonders for your coffee. So nice clean leather. Go ahead and show them the odometer. It's a 64, it's just under 65,000 miles. It has great hot idle oil pressure. It's right at 1 bar, which is where you want to be. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up. Again, it's waking up from storage. One of the most exciting times of the year is in about April time when it warms up, the weather breaks. I can finally fire these bad boys up, and that gets me really excited because I'm passionate about it and I'm excited. So let's take a sec, we'll cut, and we'll do a quick startup. All right, let's fire it up. One thing I want to note, one of the I guess, enhancements to this car from the previous owner was a Fab Speed catback exhaust. This thing sounds mean. I have the original resonator. No, I take it back. I don't have the original muffler. I have the original catalytic converter, which can go in between. This has a cat delete and then a really nice Fab Speed dual exhaust. This thing is loud, so once it fires up, you're probably not going to be able to hear me. But I want to do a quick fire up. I want to show you, after sitting for months and months, this thing does not burn or blow any oil. It will probably show a little bit of smoke, but that's probably going to be condensation. So let's see how it goes. All right, moment of truth. Most beautiful sound anybody could think of. It usually cranks and starts right up, so this should be pretty uneventful. Here we go. Got a little bit of smoke coming in, but again, it's been sitting for 6-7 months. The back clean right out, and it sounds incredible. I don't know, Max, if you can kind of get down here, you can see the dual exhaust pipes. Back up a little bit, so you can see both pipes. Really nice exhaust. All right, I'm gonna pull this bad boy out, and we'll take it for a ride. All right, let's take it for a little spin. Started up nicely, usually takes a few cranks. Looks like there was a little bit of oil sitting in those cylinders. It's pretty impossible to avoid that, I think, even with really tight heads and guides. It's a characteristic of the 911. But gotta love the sound of the exhaust. I don't know if I'm kind of screaming here. It's a little bit loud, but I don't know if you guys will be able to hear me. I know my kids, so next to me is Max, my 11-year-old boy, who is not happy about the prospect of me selling this car. And then I got a 14-year-old who's also not at all happy about that. But Max, why don't you just be raw and lay it out there? What are the reasons? What is it about this car?
Well, it's like been your dream car for like, I don't know how many years.
Since I was a teenager, yeah.
Yeah. It's like now you're gonna like get rid of it.
I know, but we can get something new and something different. But what was it? What else? It's been my dream car. That's my perspective of it. But what is it about for you? What is it that you love?
I don't know. It's just been like the favorite car, my favorite car that you've ever got. Because I like the sound. And I like riding in it.
Yeah, and we've had it for going on, what is it, 9 years. So you were really little when I got it, and you actually at that time you could fit in the back seat, which is fun. Now you guys are way too big, and it's not going to happen. Is it a real deer standing in that yard? That's kind of crazy. Looked like a deer. Anyway, so we'll let it warm up a little. You got to let these things warm up. They run best when they're hot and warmed up. It's air cooled, so they take a little bit of time. You want to make sure your oil temp is towards kind of that first tick before you kind of get on it. But this is a really nice driving car. I did upgrade. The suspension is a lot tighter than stock. I got the Bilstein, I don't remember the combo. There's a Bilstein green and a yellow on the front and the rear. I'll have to look it up. I can put it in the comments. But it has that kind of performance setup. It's not super tight where the ride is miserable, but it's going to tighten it up a lot from stock. When I first bought the car, it was pretty sloppy. Bushings were rotted, so trailing arm, swing plate bushings have been replaced. The shocks or struts all the way around. The sway bar bushings replaced. So this thing is really nice and tight now, and it just handles like it's on rails. I don't know. Now that I'm starting to drive it again, I'm going to regret selling this thing, but we'll have to see where it goes. So we'll pause for a sec. Let me get on the open road, and we'll start back up again. All right. Tons of traffic. Bad idea to do this at 4:30 in the afternoon during the week, but we'll see if we can get on it a little bit. You can kind of hear some of the exhaust, the rumble back, and maybe get a sense of the acceleration. And now that I'm driving it, man, I don't know if I want to get rid of this thing. Something to consider.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Put yourself in there a little bit, big guy. This is about you too. What kind of cars do you like?
I don't know. Like older ones.
You like older me show this. Here is hot idle. I gotta go. There you go. So hot idle was a little over a bar, which is good. And these things, as the bearings wear, sometimes you have issues with oil pressure. I just love that sound. I don't think I'll ever be able to get over that. Drop it in a second, a little rev. Man, that sounds good. Let me get a little of the dash in there. And the road. Can you get both?
I think.
All right, but we're gonna wrap it up. I'll get that cars.com ad posted, I think. I don't know, man, I might end up sitting on this thing for a day, but I think I'll get that thing drafted tonight, pull this video together and see what happens. See what kind of nibbles I get. I don't know. If I don't get the money I'm looking for out of this, I'm not in a huge rush to sell it, but we shall see. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, send me some comments. What kind of stuff do you want to know? What do you want to hear about? Throw it up there and I'll take a look and we can talk about it. Thanks.
Bye.